ready to work the upper body today and build some strength. We're going to start with some shoulder rolls just to warm everything up. So hopefully you've done already a little bit of a warm up, whether walking around or moving around. If you haven't, pause and get some movements in. So actually we can do that as well with this. So go ahead and grab a tube or a strap or a belt or anything you have laying around. We're going to take this up and over. Big movements. Keeping the arms straight all the way through the movement. Yeah. About 5 or 6 of these all the way around, or as much as you can do. So if you're limited in the mobility here, just work with what you can. Stop where it feels good, don't go any further, and then keep going. Got 2 more. And 1. All right. We're going to grab this in front, hold it a little bit closer, or maybe even take it halfway. Arms in front, shoulders down away from the ears. Retract the shoulder blades back. And pull. Good. So we're just going to bring, as we pull this back, bring your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Although I'm wearing a t-shirt, you can't really see. Duh. Bring it back. Yeah. So this is just to warm everything up. And 2. And 1. I'm going to take this up over my head, cross my feet over, and then lean to one side. Keeping my both arms straight, so kind of like I'm between 2 panes of glass. Not leaning forward, not leaning back, tucking the hips under a little bit, looking up, and then up through the air, and over to the other side. So again, if this arm wants to bend, keep it straight. Lead with that arm. Maybe look up, push the hips forward. And back up through the center. Go ahead and uncross and crisscross. And over. And the other way. Breathing in, breathing out. And back up, all the way up and down, uncross. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, so a staggered step. Reach everything all the way up, and then hinge forward, so nothing in my legs is happening here. Back leg is anchored, hinge forward, sweep down, and then back up. And do that again. Look up, push the hips forward, open the chest, and then come forward. Good. And all the way up. Let's do that again on the other side. 1 forward, 1 back. Reach up. And then hinge forward. Sweep all the way down. And sweep all the way back up. And sweep. Good. And up. Both feet come together. Bring this behind you. So holding kind of at the small of your back. Hinge forward. The knees can slightly bend. Flat back. And then I start to pull my shoulder blades together and lift up. And the same thing. Bend forward, shoulder blades together, reach overhead. 1 more time. Bend forward, You can go ahead and put the tube down for a moment and work through the shoulders. So even without it, this mobility, this movement. There we go. 4, 3, 2, and reverse. Any movement through your shoulders, through the joint. Nature's oil, nature's lubrication through your own body. Good. Here's 3, 2, reach all the way up, pull over, and reach, and reach, and swing all the way around, hold, swing all the way around, hold, one more. Other way. Point. So if we think about a clock, here's noon, 1 o'clock, all the way around, all the way around. One more. All right. I'm going to start with working through the back, kind of larger muscle groups to start with. You can use your bench in a little bit, so make sure that's handy. I'm going to start with a lighter weight because this first movement is just all about connecting the brain to what your body's doing. So I'm going to start with the back. I'm going to hinge forward on this one. Now if it feels better, you can stagger your stance or even put one foot on a bench and one foot off. I'm going to take it so that I'm just going to hinge forward, both arms drop down, so my abs are in, my belly is in, flat back, knees, hips are back. I'm just going to pull straight back and down. And here and lower. Breathing every time. Now, with this weight, it might feel easy. So you want a light one just to kind of go through the movement. Unencumbered, unchallenged yet. Here's 3, 2. So I'm not going to do 20 reps of this because it's easy, because that's somewhat pointless. I'm doing this so that my brain starts to make these connections. So I'm going to come back down, and instead of both arms, I'm just going to do one arm and the other. Okay? So right. Actually, looking at the wrong thing. So one arm and the other. The reason we did both arms first is so that I keep my hips squared, my shoulders squared, my form good, so that when I do these single, I can still keep that same form. And I've got the lower weight, so I'm really just focusing on what my body is doing and my form while doing it. Here's 4, 3, 2, and then give the back a break. Okay? Again, we're going to keep doing this movement, so if you need to change anything, do that. I'm going to come down one more time, and I'm going to take my right arm straight out to the side, and now my left. Okay, and now both. So right arm, fly, left arm, fly, both arms, fly. Here's right, left, both. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. 3 more times. Right, left, both. 2 more. Right, left, both. One more. Right, left, both. Good. Go ahead and put these weights down. Grab my mat so that I'm not right on my concrete floor. About that. Okay. Remember, we're just warming up, or kind of warming up movements of that. So now I'm going to come down and do a set of on the knees push-ups. If you prefer, you can go right on your toes right off the bat, but this is still part of warming up the process. I'm going to place my hands directly below my shoulders, gripping the floor with my entire hand on my knees, either with a pad or without. Lower down to 90 degrees and up. Lower and up. Shoulder blades retract and up. This is 4 and 5 and 6 up to 10. 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you've seen our 3 movements in this set. I'm going to put the mat over to the side for a moment. And going from my lighter weight to just 1 step heavier. So I started with 5s, go to 10. You can do this accordingly, just 1 step heavier. So starting from the top, hinging forward, pulling both. There's 3. And just rowing the arms back 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That little relief. All right, we don't want this all in our lower back, so make sure that you're engaging through your abdominals, protecting the lower back. Now we've got those single arm. Hinge forward, right arm, left arm, right, left. Keep going. Go at your own pace. Left, right, left. Here's 5 more each arm. Left. And 4 more each arm. And 3, 2, and 1. Relief, come on up. Now we have those single arm flies, okay? This is intended to be a little more challenging now that we've gone up in weight. Focus on your form. Once again, hinge forward, that right arm, left arm, and now both. Squeeze. Right, left, both. Elbows can be slightly bent, so it's similar to the row in that we're retracting our shoulder blades back, but instead of pulling directly back, these arms are a bit more open. Left, both. Right, left, both. Here we go. Right, left, both. 4 more each time. Right, left, here we go. Both. Last 3 each arm. And both. 2. And both. Last 1. Right, left, both. Here we go. Put these down. Our third part of the exercise were those push-ups. So how Do we make them harder? Well, I can come on my toes. Okay. I could do one knee down, one leg up. So whatever it takes to add a challenge to this. Hands underneath the shoulders. And here we go for 10. Down halfway. Head stays engaged, meaning we don't want to drop it down. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Third set. So at some point here, if you need to grab a drink of water, shake things out. We're going to go up one more set. Meaning I started with 5s, I did 10s, I'm going to go to 15s. If at any point that next set is too hard to take it to 10, you just take it to 8, you take it to 6, you take it to whatever feels better. So I've got these. Okay. I'm going to hinge forward, starting with my rows. Both arms. Hinge forward and pull back and down. Breathing each time. 10 is an arbitrary number. It gives us a finish line per se. But if I get to 7 or 8 and I just can't do it with good form anymore, I stop. Here's my 8 and 9 and 10. Good. So by this third round, you've chosen a weight that is challenging. Single arm, and here we go. Hinge forward, both in front. We've got right and left. This could also be done one arm at a time. Okay, so we can simplify it by doing one arm at a time and just focusing on that side. Sometimes what I find is that we tend to lean a little too much to one side there. So this is why I'm doing it with both arms and alternating. There's 5, we've got 5 more. Each arm, boom. Legs a little closer so I've got some room in my arms without hitting my knees. Here's 3, 2, and 1. So the reality is, by the end, I should be wanting to be done. If we're not getting there, then you probably have to pick a different set of weights. All right, we have those flies. Single, single, both arms. So brace yourself, either 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, or squat down. Here we go. So it's a right, a left. Oh boy. Whew, these are hard. And left, and both. I might get to 10, I might not. Do what you can do. Here's 3. 4. Right, left, 6. Ooh. I've got 4 more. Can you do them with me? Here's right, left, open, 8. 2 more. I think, or did I count wrong? Whew. Here's 1, 2, both. 1 more for good measure, because I think I did count wrong. Right, left, open. Whew. Nice. These come down, the mat comes out. And you're like, well, we went from knees, we went to toes. Well, how do we do this differently? Well, you can try it by taking it all the way down to an end. I was going 50%, 90 degrees. You can bring that chest all the way down. So, hands right underneath your shoulders. Here we go, 10. All the way down, all the way up. All the way down, all the way up. So the worst part about these is that once you hit the floor, you lose momentum and you've got to use your strength to get off the floor. Down, you can even take the hands up. Come on up. Down. Here's 5. And 4. Ooh, you're tough. 3. 2. And last one. Hands up. And stretch back. All right, stretch everything out. We're going to move to the chest. All right. So this might be where you get that bench. Okay? I have my bench right here. You can do this on the floor as well. This just kind of feels a little bit better on the bench if you have one, but in a pinch, I can do it on the floor. Your choice whether or not to put a mat on it for a little bit of, back. So let's start once again with those lighter weights. Okay, lay down. Hips tucked a little bit, kind of get that neutral spine. So I'm not trying to take all of this out of my back, but I don't want a huge arch where, okay, so I'm just going to engage a little bit here, feet on the ground. Palms facing up, and just press straight up and lower. Again, I got the flex. Yay. Okay, press up. Okay, so similar to the rows, just a straight up and down movement. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I need a little break here because I might not need it right now, but I will when I start adding on the weight. Now we're going to take it to flies. I'm going to start with my hands, palms facing each other. Maybe my elbows are going to bend a little bit and soften. And I'm going to open it up right here till my shoulder blades kind of come together and bring it back up. Open and up. Not as much of a worry. Now see, if my back starts to arch, I'm going to still pull that belly in a little bit. I want a neutral spine. Engage, brace. Okay. Here's 5. And 4. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And give it a little rest. Last one I'm going to do, somewhat for the chest, but also kind of through like the intercostal muscles on the arms. I'm going to bring it all the way up here. I'm going to pull it over my head. So actually a little tricep, a little chest. It's going to come over, and then I'm going to pull it all the way down. And over, and down. So yes, a little skull crusher, as they say, a little tricep, and down. Some shoulder and chest. Not truly a chest exercise, but it's a nice one to do since we're already on the bench. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come all the way up so that we can switch weights. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my second set. Here's my little 10s. Okay. I'm going to bring myself back onto the bench. So part of this is just to sit down. There's a little crunch there. My head is supported, so I don't want my neck and my chin up here. I want, I'll bring these down for a moment. So I want a little space back here, as if I could put my hand back there and kind of hug my neck. Just enough. About a fist distance between my chin and my chest. And then I'm going to take this and just, not completely flatten it, but if I had my hand there, I'd kind of squash it a little. So just enough to engage here, and now I have my weights. Palms facing up, here we go, up and lower. Here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. A little break. Okay, breathe in, breathe out, reach those arms up, facing the palms together, and open and close. Head and neck check in. Okay, so sometimes as we get tired or as the weight gets heavier, we're so concerned about what the arms are doing right now that we start to lift the chin or we start to arch the back. Check in. Look up at the ceiling. Here's our last 4, 3, 2, and 1. That comes back up and here. Now what I didn't do, so right now we're just doing both arms together. As we enhance this, as we add on, I can literally do one arm at a time. And so maybe as we continue, or maybe as we keep using this process, as opposed to doing both arms together, I can do one. So just kind of a note there. Let's bring everything up here. We're going to go all the way over and all the way down. Okay? All the way over the head and all the way down to the hips. Watch out, don't hit yourself with the weight. Over the head, pull it down. This is that important brace right here. Pull the belly in and down. Weights can be together, like touching each other. Here's 5. And 4. 3. Don't arch the back. 2. And 1. Bring yourself all the way up. Come up to standing. Put the weight away and grab your third set. This is where it starts getting fun and interesting. which is why this time, I did some singles with the first round. I'm just gonna do both arms here. You can always add that third round after this and do it with the singles. Okay, here we go. We're gonna come back. Oh, that was a bit of an awkward landing. All right, don't wanna rest this on my stomach. I'm holding it here or holding it to the side for a moment. Breathe. And then when you're ready, we've got that third set. So go ahead, palms facing up. That little engagement, head, press up. If this is not challenging, grab another set of weight. Here's 4, 3. So here we did 3 sets. I could do 4, 5, 6 if you would keep wanting to go up. To me today, 3 is fine, but only because I started with a decent weight and then I was able to challenge and keep going up. So in order to build strength, we want to vary the weights that we're using. And it might mean that I don't do all 10. Here's 2 more. Maybe by the time I get to the heavier weight, I can do 4. And I'm like, I'm gonna drop that thing in my head. Last 1, and then bring it down. Okay? So ideally, when we're actually trying to build strength, not just maintain, but physically build strength and maybe larger muscle, we want to try to increase the mass that we lift. Not to a point we get hurt, but to a point we challenge ourselves within the form and the movement. So for me today, 15 is probably good. I would probably do 20, but I would have to seriously cut down my reps. And so that's a thought. We did 3 sets today. You could do 4 or 5, increasing weight each time, but decreasing the number of times you do it, decreasing the reps. So I'm gonna do my flex. They're here in the center, open, and close. Open, and close. So I don't know, today 20, if I went further out, I might strain my shoulder. So those are things you keep in mind. It's not that I can't lift the 20, but that it could put some undue strain on the joint because it's not ready for it yet. So keep those things in mind when you increase your weight. Okay? And some days you're like, yeah, I feel like a superhero, and it's great. And other days you're like, I am so tired, I can barely lift this myself. So those are other factors to consider. Here's 4 more. And if your arms start to get floppy, if you can no longer support the full form, then stop. Here's 2 and 1. Okay? Once again, bring this down. Take a breath. We have 1 more exercise in this set, and then we're going to stretch. Today, it's just the back and the chest. You can always add on. Here we go. Last one of the exercises, it's going to come over the head, and it's going to come down. I don't know, my back started to arch there, so I'm really going to pay attention and bring it. And 3. And 4. Breathe. And 5. 5 more, or whatever. Here's 4. 3. 2. This is hard. And 1. Come all the way up. Weights are done. Good. And now, those big circles we started with, nice and smooth all the way through. Yeah. And then 1 at a time. big rolls, okay? Little like backstroking, if you're a swimmer. Here's 3, 2, and now forward. Both arms together. Now I'm Michael Phelps. Big breaths. 3, 2, 1. Single arm. There we go. And go. Okay? So you did a really great job today. Again, will you do this? We'll do this again, and we'll start to add on to it. So this is a great way to start because you can always play with the weight. Like today I did 5, 10, 15. No brainer. You could start with an 8, a 15, and then a 20. You can do. So whatever variation that allows you some freedom of movement and expansion. Bring the arms in front. Open. Oh, we did this one, the fly. Now without weight. And open, hips tucked under, no duck butts. And open. And open. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms all the way up like you're doing the wave and sweep them down. All the way up and sweep. Here we go. Last 4 and sweep. 3, 2, and 1. Arm over. I'm not holding it very long, am I? Take a couple deep breaths. Let's hold it just a little longer. Once again. 4, 3, 2, and over. All right. Big deep breath in. Take your bow. Excellent job. Until next time, I'm Angel signing off.